Good morning, Portland. My name is Tiffany Browning, and I am not a syndicate. You know why I'm not a syndicate? Because syndicates are people that do organized crime the wrong way these days. But mostly they are the girlfriend of somebody who's in trouble, or the husband of or wife of somebody who's in trouble. I don't have a boyfriend, and I haven't had sex for almost a year. And last year I had sex twice. And having sex gave me CPS cases in the echelon sky. And they did it on purpose. They basically made me have sex with that person to win a fucking umbrella bet, so to speak. I have sidewinders, okay? They match a shield, the kind you flip over and you don't read Miranda rights. They may not match a visor that comes down and gives you a snot bubble / a smell in your face like chlamydia report cards and you go out the fucking window, Jessica Pay, stupid bitch. And I solemnly swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God down here on the ground. Yeah, you can sit with me, and yeah, you can put my body on, but I am on a chain. So just like they're talking out of my mouth now, they can change what I would say. They can change what I would say in here too. And I don't trust anyone yet. No matter how many times they say I'm working for the FBI, no matter how many times they say I'm an agency, no matter how many times they say, yeah, she was a good mom and then she fucked up. She didn't fuck up. I am not the one who fucked up in here. I didn't choose boys and drugs over my fucking kids. I was never in here. That was fucking Sarah. And now Sarah knows everything about my little girl, even her social that I don't know, because now she's Rebecca, the one that lost her kids over the same fucking situation. And I can't figure out if it's because she's trying to stick up for me or because she's trying to stick up for someone else named Cheryl, who also lost her job in Arizona and wasn't allowed to because we had the most money. The availability to look at another human being in here, or Robotron, and pull them into your ocean because your power source is bigger or you have more people in it, is illegal for these men to have. Because this is my scanning tool. I downloaded it in my face so that I could scan my picture for my UE member, Cheryl, who was FBI, to wear my body to stick up for Mikey Allen in a court case saying he didn't kill all those people in that apartment complex with that automatic weapon in the arm shrapnel picture. And when I said over there on 10th Street, I must have did it because the pictures in my head showed me I did it and the voices told me I did it, but I have an alibi. We weren't talking about kid hurting children or hurting elderly. This was a robbery. It wasn't the big apartment complex one, but it was a scary one too. There's two, because they showed me running out the back door of one and running out the front door of another. So where I'm wearing the home invasion mask, they call it, or honestly, I made it for to put a mask over my face and show synergy, smoke rings being blown and then bombing each other because they're air bending around me while I hold my breath, okay? So keep my face so you can't see it because I have vitiligo, distinguishing markings. I wasn't trying to be like a smart ass. And it was somebody else driving my train to do that. And when I went back and watched it, I don't remember saying the M word at all. They might have added it in there. But anyway, I don't take the death of any Mexican or any person, not a SWAT team member or a postal worker or whatever, lightly, okay? But the thing is you guys were never allowed to do your paid informant through me. I'm a fucking mom who's never been in trouble. I wasn't dating AK. I wasn't dating LaShawn. I wasn't dating Anton. I wasn't dating number 2. I wasn't dating Bo. I wasn't dating Bootsy. I wasn't dating nobody. I crossed the bridge to get the fuck away from you guys and this game over there that was not allowed to cross the bridge back then. And they sucked me back over there, drove my train to go to Maddie's house and catch their fucking bodies so they could do virtual reality porn, abscond to Arizona, okay, and do his alternate community service on the other side as a cheat code, and then to call me a rat tail. Tiffany's a rat tail, Tiffany's a rat tail, Tiffany's a rat tail. And Horns guy came down here. There's a tablet in here, a video of him saying, Jessica Mays, you're a rat tail, or whatever. And he had the big chomper teeth from the comic book or whatever. He's a good person, but he's mixed in with some other people, and he's not always allowed to stay up for Tiffany, but I just made a Sica report, which is super awesome. I think it's Security Infrastructure Cybersecurity Agency. If I'm correct, I think. I just made my second report to them. They read the first one. They didn't know what I was talking about. It didn't make sense to them. But this time I did because I gave them an address without giving them one. I gave them a ping point. I gave them a name. I gave them a description from an aerial view from the cameras in the sky. Because on Google you can look down and see who's down there and what they're doing. But what happens when Google gets tricked in an alternate reality and people see something from the sky that isn't true? Because that day when we went to drop Elijah off from the sky, they saw Tiffany doing Blue's Clues with her son when it was Sarah. Because up here, Tiffany looks like Sarah when she's around Elijah. And to the UE, Tiffany looks like Tiffany. She probably looks like Sarah too. I didn't think about that, but Sarah's supposedly Tiffany's doppelganger. Tiffany looked like Tiffany next to her brother, who was looking like Elijah up here. So when Tiffany was sitting next to her brother, it looked like Elijah, they said. So I guess it could have been Sarah and Elijah again when it was Tiffany and Robbie. Just like the Will and Jaden thing. And just imagine if you have more people on top of them, and more people on top of them, and more people on top of them, and more people on top of them, more people on top of them, more people on top of them. And then for some reason at the bottom of it, you're pinging off Tiffany's facial expression code on the ground and a little kid, like Saras A, 13, in her dad's house. Or maybe a different kid that doesn't go there because they've rotated into maybe Kiara. Bunkus. Because they're pinging off Rachel Morrow's cell phone tower too, because she has internet. Don't get me started on them pinging off Lana's too. So I should probably fill out another report for that. I don't know where they live though. I don't know their phone numbers either. And they were all tricked into believing some stupid ass shit because Rachel passed a rumor. Does Lana have an overlay on hers? I think so. What? How did they left the building? Because you look naked. You know why I look naked? Because they have Google iStem code on there or internet so they can see all the way through the bodies or the skins to who's underneath there like this. But the problem is they're not supposed to see underneath there and think that their train are being driven or that they know what's going on. They were trying to see through Tiffany down to 3, 2, and 1, I think. But what they told Tiffany originally was that Bono told Tiffany you don't have to look naked once you become a syndicate. I'm like, I'm not in there as a syndicate because I don't know who you are, Bono, rapist. But I own a syndicate. And it was called Cincinnati Circus because I was so afraid to say the word syndicate because it was the assault rifle syndicate or whatever before that where a lot of people got killed in that apartment complex situation. Which wasn't real. And that was me sticking up for William from Brood, but not the one with the birthmark. Tall, skinny, angry one. Outside his house, they got caught on his security cameras where he looked like Jessica Rabbit and couldn't keep my body on talking to the judges. That's the same court case that's right there pinged where I was telling the judges, you know what, you just gotta leave this one alone. Just let it bury itself because we're not doing it. It's too scary. But I didn't know that. I was sticking up for Will, not being a murderer. Because the UE told me to. Because they were going to kill him in jail, thinking he was somebody else who hurt a kid. The price on it, I guess, supposedly. I don't know for sure about those two people, the Cordier Price situation. I don't know for sure. The UE is telling me to check and check. But now I'm like, okay, well, this was already happening before I met Mandy. I wonder if his situation was wrong too. Because, well, I didn't meet Mandy for what, 2 years after I met LaShawn? Or a year after that? I don't know how I went to prison. How I went to prison. Our situation was more complex. I'm not want you to stand up for Tiffany. Because he'll start crying, won't let me. Who for the fuck? No, it's that. I want to be tired? Yeah. What do you mean? That's the one Tiffany talked to. They said, I got your back, and I'll let my son know because I don't want him to lose his job. Like Cheryl did. And Cheryl told him the same thing, but Cheryl did not know Tiffany was Tiffany. She thought Tiffany was Rachel, Gummy Bear's friend. Well, Rachel Morrow doesn't know Gummy Bear in real life. On the ground, Tiffany does, because it was Amy's dad, who, when you come down here, was pretending to be Anton. I, the black guy, mixed him with LaShawn. And Tara and Amy Syndicate, right, got pushed up to level 5, and then they power stroke me with my availability to pull people into their ocean or have more people on their side than me. I mean, granted, I don't really know how to move it up or down or at all. But it was pretty traumatizing when you could see Tiffany sitting down there trying her hardest to not let them go up that high because she knew they were just going to backstab her up there, and she couldn't do it because she's not us. Everything that's been done through Tiffany's eyes, and they are governed by the Interpol now. I sign you up, thank you. Because we can't trust the FBI either. CIA does not have her back because she looks stupid. Saying, I'm CIA ho, and I'm bird bitch. They feel dumb though, kind of. They didn't know that your mama got set up for child abuse. Multiple homicides with a capital C. Got this communicated right there. Because she didn't want to be a rat tail. Or narc or paid informant. And she don't even know these motherfuckers. But some of these motherfuckers are the kind that are militant. Militant. They're the kind that will fucking come up and shoot you with a 12 gauge right in your face. Because they thought you ratted on somebody. So discommunicate me from the CIA for a little while, right? So I'm giving Homeland Security, hopefully, to pay for the sins of whatever that wasn't. So that they can have my back and forgive me, but they forgot. He got punked the fuck out with that video. Because he could see the pings and he went right into it too. And that was cybersecurity code. Yeah, but see, I'll check me out for payment information, but that's if she has a black web account and a Apple laptop, which she doesn't fucking have. AK has one. Yeah, well, she kept the little black web a secret for a long time until she fucking... No, she's not on crack. No, her life force has been fine lately. She's just super depressed. She's bleeding on her peel. I don't know. Spaceship must be here. Because it's her spaceship. It's connected to her brain. It's what gives her 7G brain scan code cancer. And the Life Force Machine / S Corporation, or whatever we're calling that. Tiffany's the only one that even knows about Life Force and healing your body. Or killing Buddy the dog on the other side. Or lighting up blue or white to win a glow in the dark bit. You know, one of those videos that looks super weird, like super manly or whatever. Lips all pooped out. That's because there's somebody else in my body, so when you guys watch it, you can see it too, and it's kind of weird. I don't know if other people can see it on the ground or not. But right now I look normal. Sort of. I'm a fucking mom they set up for child abuse to steal my S Corporation idea. And the same people that said it out of my mouth that said S Corporation was 11, basically, which is basically Gummy Bear up there. Or the was Scallywag level, but. And then Sleeping Bear woke up when someone else said socks and bonds out of my mouth, right? Those are the same people that are setting me up backwards. Because they didn't want to get in trouble for doing virtual porn. Picking up kids. Giving them CPS cases that they blamed on Tiffany because Tiffany was the owner of the syndicate, supposedly, that they ran called Cincinnati Circus, Cincinnati Circuit, and Cincinnati Circle. And the Chaw 3 charge was on a breaker bar, so to speak. Which is not the armed shrapnel person, it's the other one. So that's a case he actually had in real life. Mm-hmm. But they made Tiffany think that it was what the echelon charge was when Teresa was chasing Willow, born in a Tiffany body, and had somebody like that in love with her somehow. So to the Yui, it looked like, which my daughter's not a teenager, but Kiara was. And if it was Chava chasing Rachel, you know what I mean? It's just stupid. I can't tell if they're trying to pull something off my chain or just hold on to my chain. Because it feels like there's a metal bar across my chest, my heart. Probably not unless they're paying attention. Remember the Yui member next to the green Ford truck? He had a heart attack twice, but he ended up being okay on the ground. It's because they were getting disconnected because I drove with I don't know. Or it was from me doing that. When I went down around the corner and did those circles or whatever, trying to make, so you did two big things like that. Yeah. The zombie timelines was avoiding the murder charge from the complex, and then the other one was running circles or whatever, trying to rewind time or fix the freaking fact that I looked naked to the syndicates above me because they said they were going to call the cops on me and my mom for looking naked from the sky, and I didn't want to get in trouble because whoever in me didn't want to get in trouble. See, if the cops were to come to my mom's house back then, yeah, but I was also scared for different reasons for the cops coming back then too, because it's too fucking SWAT team thing. Anyway, both of those things were illegal for Tiffany to do in her life without knowing what she was doing. And I did not know that she was not in here with us doing it. And then somebody was driving her train to do it. My soul is 25. And that the little girl that you said got hurt in here, whatever, in the last 2.5 years. They didn't say Tiffany hurt her. They said Chava hurt her or Elijah. Ages are wrong. The fucking Hawaii body proved facts because Tiffany doesn't look like that right now. She has vitiligo and sidewinders with the Nico situation. And with the Elijah situation, Elijah was 10 years old at that body style, and Saras wasn't born yet. Bitch. They're just fucking stupid. No, they were literally like in this fucking spaceship, literally trying to make it some lesbian shit or whatever after I told them not to use my body. And this body that they're using is from Hawaii, but it's got my hanging down clips with my fucking private parts or whatever. They're disturbing. Anyway, it's just annoying. That was King of the Hill guy. I think. No, not King of the Hill. What's his name? Eddie or something. I don't know. I don't watch cartoons. With the talking dog. King of the Hill is way different. Personality like that. Eddie Bear. You don't know who Eddie Bear actually is? I don't know who anybody is, dude. Eddie Bear turned into freaking Eliano, I think. Which would ended up being my thespian. Okay, yeah. Thespian on one side was one thing and something different on the other side. Connected to AK, and they thought they were doing heroin. Evil Pillars of Salt. Anyway. Peace, love, and happiness.